Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for watching the second part of our analysis in the beginning of this season. I'll do a bit of the same as I did in the first part with Samoto and Jimmy Leakey. So I have the pleasure to present you guys our main guests today. I have with me Tiko Schumacher and the 2025 World Champion Barbostappen. Thank you very
What's
much,
up, man?
guys,
Hello.
and hi there. Good afternoon.
Hi,
So,
hi.
guys, um, I think you guys have seen what we kind of covered in the first part of our analysis.
Hmm.
We've been doing something different this time. We didn't go through the individual performances as we used to do it previously. We did kind of a coverage about the subjects or the subject related to the new changes on this season. So me alongside with Samoro and Jimmy Leakey, we kind of talked about the new categories implemented this year. Um, what benefits was it having or not within the competition? And I think one of the main questions, I mean, let's bring the elephant to the room. I wanted to ask you guys this, and which is the main reason why I also asked in the WhatsApp group. I noticed that you both answered that the F1 Minas Racing Cup was actually a good thing, but the epic races wasn't that much. Can you guys elaborate on that? Maybe we'll start by that. Can you guys elaborate here and explain to everyone why do you guys, for example, prefer the cup and not so much, for example, the epic races? If I can start with the Tico Schumacher, that would be great, please.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So, your question is a good question. I think that the cup, in relation of the cup, you have a very known format of competition. It's a very well known thing about how to do a cup in this matter. Bringing it to the F1 and to this our universe in the GridRush, it was a really good addition, I think, and it's a really interesting thing. In the other hand, I think that you need to be very concentrated and have to be like a really good background to understand the epic races. And I think that not everyone understood the what was the epic races about, and that's why I answer like that. I think that the cup is very welcome to the competition. I think that the other great rushes like universe like the races, epic races. I think that it must be well explored and well understood by everyone because it's a good idea, but I think that it's not like in his peak. I mean, I think that most of the grid didn't understand very well or didn't do the homework in the beginning, first of the beginning of the season with all your stories and everything that you would tell in the beginning, the preseason. So that's why.
Before I let Verstappen talk, let me just tell you this. Let's imagine, sorry, João, that you would be eliminated in the group phase of the cup. Would you have the same opinion that the cup was actually worth it rather than the epic races?
I mean, I think that I only told that because I think that I agree with Tico on that one, but no, I wouldn't agree. I think I stand by my opinion. I think that the only thing that would change it was like sometimes it gets a bit confusing where you have to do two forms or one, and then sometimes I don't know. I just get confused because obviously, and you can tell by my results this season, it hasn't been the same, and I have a lot more work. But I think that if you would put everything in one forms, I think people would be more. How do we see this? Uh, Open to the idea and would. I don't know. It would be more. People would be more into it. I don't know if this makes sense. I just think it's the way it. I agree with Tico, and also the way that you present it. I think it's also one of the main factors.
So let me just add something on what you said. This is kind of a sub question, but I think it also goes with it. You were saying, for example, that your results in the cup were not so great because you were saying that because of doing the second form, there's a lot of information. Sometimes the struggle of handling with it. Don't you think this is just a normal question, let's say, or sub question? Don't you think that, for example, some people are better at the cup than at the championship?
Yeah, I think so. But it depends also on the also depends on some luck. I agree, but I don't think that's the main why of the thing. I don't know how to explain it because the results. I don't know if many people just spend more time doing research for the cup, or maybe that some of the results, some of the questions on the cup are more predictable, and the categories are more on the favor of everybody. I think that some people have more have more ease on some of the categories than others. So that could be the factor, you know.
Before I let, for example, Tiago answer this question, Tiago, let's just come here to the fact that in your group in the cup was actually Tokyo Drift passing in first place, when on the other hand, in the championship, we know that is kind of struggling a lot. I think is if he's not in last place, sorry, is in P9 in 12 places. So, do you share the same opinion of Barbostappen, or do you have a different vision on this?
I think that like I have to agree a little bit with Barbostappen when he says that maybe the questions are more predictable in the cup. Maybe are more simple to understand or to make a predict correctly or to predict correctly the questions in the cup. I don't know. Maybe that's why. I'm a little bit struggling sometimes in some of the races. I struggled a little bit, so I don't know. And in the championship, sometimes I do good, sometimes I do bad. uh, so I
Let
don't.
me just put it. Let
Well,
me just put it in this way. If you overthink a lot,
yeah,
maybe
that's the thing.
it would be good on the main, but in the cup it would be not so good. And then if
Yeah,
you don't think a lot, maybe if you don't put, I'm not saying efforts, but sometimes not overthinking is good. And in those cases, on the cup, it could be beneficial to you. It all depends on your
yeah.
strategy, overall strategy. And for the cup, your strategy might be the most adequate, and for the main, it could not be. Does it make sense? It's not.
Or
It's
the
it's a,
other way around, because I think
yeah,
that
yeah. It's a combination of
maybe
factors.
the cup, some people are more relaxed about the cup, like they
Yeah,
say, okay, my main reason here is the main competition, and the cup is just another way of competing and another prize I can get. So I'm a little bit more relaxed. If I don't pass, it's okay, because I will concentrate more in the main competition. That's why maybe we see, like you were saying, Francisco, like you were saying, like Tokyo Drift is doing not so good in the main competition, but in the cup is having good results. That's why.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely, it can be actually. You guys may have right or may be right. Again, I talked with Samuro and Nuno about this. They had kind of a similar opinion. Once again, the question in the WhatsApp group was kind of together the same type of insights. And again, we realized that most of the people actually prefer the cup, while the epic races didn't have the same positive impact as I would have imagined. Uh, let's come to this. Let's come to that. Sorry, to the epic races. The main reason why actually the epic races were implemented, because it was the first time. epic races as a category, was kind of to replace the constructors championship. Um, but I recall actually that the constructors championship was kind of how can I say this? Most of the people were not believing that a constructors championship would be applied with only 12 drivers, and then epic races was kind of brought in to actually kind of bring that kind of dynamic that some people could miss. And in conversation with Samoto and Jimmy Leakey, they were saying, you know what, actually, even with 12 drivers, the Constructors' Championship would be something actually to think about. Because they, in particular, were saying that they miss that kind of championship. So would you guys say the same? That, for example, if we do remove epic races and we bring again Constructors' Championship, could this somehow boost the competition itself? Maybe I'll start with Barbostappen this time, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really straightforward, and yeah, yeah. Um, I'm saying this because sometimes last year me and my teammate would forget sometimes, and we each other would notify, we would think together, and I think that did make a difference in the morale, and did make a difference on the results and on the overall, I'd say, participation and results of the season. So yeah, I'm gonna be straightforward. Yes, I think. Yeah. But you could also, how can I say this? You can also mix the both of them together, and I'm gonna leave that idea up to you.
Ah, nice one. I like it.
Um, I
Wait,
mean,
Tiago. Let me just bring this in. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but let me
okay.
before you what you are going to say, just think about this. It's kind of ironic what Verstappen was saying because when you have a teammate, they would both kind of recall themselves one or another form that one would forget. It's kind of ironic the fact that within epic races there are groups made on purpose of 4 people, and I don't think anyone. I speak for myself, huh? Anyone has ever used that kind of group. I don't know if that's your case, guys. I don't think so because Barbostappen is in my group, right? Tiago is on a different group. So before I think you're going to answer somehow with that, but just highlighting that. Is it ironical or not that in epic races you have more people to communicate, but you don't communicate with anyone actually?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, in the epic races, I think that most of the people that got in the groups didn't remember at all that they were in the group of an epic race because it's they are with the mentality of everyone for himself. Like in the
That's
main
true.
competition, this year is no teams. I mean, that is something that I think, and that most of the grid didn't very well understood. So that's why you are seeing these reactions. You don't see the people talking between them in the groups and everything. They like forgot about that. But I have to agree with João. I miss the team factor in the championship. Even if I had 2 years that, in terms of teamwork, was not so good, but I really hope that if this year of this type of championship, the constitution would continue, I would be with someone that really could bring that team spirit again, and that would be very good to have again in the competition. Of course, I think this experiment of the epic races was really good intentioned, and then it was really a good idea, but I think that it was not understood and was not mm, profitable, or didn't everyone catch that idea and made the idea of the epic races and the heroes and the heroverse and everything in the F1. So it's a little bit of a shame because I was hoping for something more about that. But I have to agree with João. I miss a little bit of the team factor and the constructors championship.
Now I'm we are going we are coming sorry to another subject which is related to this.